In the heart of the golden savanna, where the sun painted the grass in shades of amber and the wind whispered secrets through the acacia trees, lived a lion cub named Mito. His fur was as soft as dandelion fluff, his eyes sparkled like twin stars, and his heart was bigger than the tallest baobab tree. Mito belonged to the Sunwhisker, Pride, a family of lions who lounged on warm rocks and roared songs to the moon. But Mito wasn't like the other cubs, who wrestled and chased their tails. Mito dreamed of friends who didn't have claws or roars, but who could share in his giggles and games. Every morning, as the sky blushed pink with dawn, a herd of deer tiptoed to the Sparkle Pool, a shimmering waterhole where dragonflies danced and lily pads bobbed like tiny green boats. Among the deer were fawns, no bigger than Mito, with wide eyes and legs that wobbled like springs. Mito's heart leaped at the sight of them. Today, he'd whisper to himself, fluffing his tawny mane, "Today I'll make a friend." But every day, as Mito bounded toward the fawns, his tail wagging like a flag, the deer would freeze, their ears would twitch, their hooves would stamp and whoosh. They'd scatter like leaves in a storm, leaving only dust and Mito's drooping whiskers behind. He'd sit by the water's edge, watching his reflection ripple, his heart heavy as a rain cloud. Why do they run? He'd mumble, pawing at a pebble. One evening, as the pride gathered under a sky streaked with purple and gold, Mito curled up beside his parents. His mother, Zara, with her warm amber eyes, nuzzled him gently. "Oh, Mito," she purred, "you're a lion, strong and brave. The deer see your sharp teeth and mighty paws, and they're afraid. It's not because of you, it's because they don't know your kind heart." His father, Kian, rumbled softly, his mane glowing like a sunset. "Give them time, little one. Friendship grows like a seed in the savannah, slowly but strong." Still, Mito's heart ached. He didn't want to be scary. He wanted to chase butterflies with the fawns, to leap over logs and splash in the shallows. Every day he tried again. He'd tiptoe closer, calling out, "Hello, I'm Mito. Want to play?" But the fawns would dart away, their tails flashing white as they vanished into the tall grass. Mito would slump under a shady tree, his tail limp, wondering if he'd ever have a friend. One morning, when the air smelled of sweet clover and the sparkle pool glittered like a treasure chest, something different happened as Mito scampered toward the herd. His paws light as feathers, the fawns scattered as usual except for one. A tiny fawn, with spots like scattered stars and eyes as big as moons, stood her ground. Her legs trembled, but she didn't run. Mito slowed to a crawl, his heart thumping like a drum. He lowered his head, his ears flopping, and gave his friendliest, softest purr. "Hi," he said, barely louder than a breeze. "I'm Mito." The fawn blinked, her nose twitching. Then, slowly, like a flower opening to the sun, she smiled. "I'm Leela," she whispered. For a moment they just stared, the world around them quiet except for the hum of dragonflies. Then Leela took a tiny step forward, and Mito wagged his tail so hard it sent a puff of dust into the air. "Want to play chase?" he asked. Leela's eyes sparkled. "Okay," she squeaked. And off they went, tumbling through the grass, giggling as they dodged reeds and splashed through the sparkle pool's edge. Mito pounced gently, letting Leela leap away, and Leela pranced in circles, teasing Mito with a flick of her tail. Their laughter rang out, bright and clear, like bells in the morning, from the tall grass the other. Fawns peeked out, their ears perked in wonder. The deer herd, grazing nearby, lifted their heads, their eyes wide with surprise. Even the Sunwhisker Pride, lounging on their sunny rocks, turned to watch. Zara and Kyan exchanged a proud glance, their tails swishing. Slowly, one by one, the fawns crept closer, curious and cautious. A brave one, with a tuft of fur like a crown, joined the game, hopping after Mito and Leela, then another and another, until the meadow was alive with bounding fawns and a giggling lion cub. The grown deer, hesitant at first, stepped forward too, their hooves tapping softly. Zara and Kyan padded over, their roars softened to friendly rumbles. Soon, the sparkle pool was a whirl of joy, lions and deer, cubs and fawns, chasing, splashing, and rolling in the grass. A grumpy old warthog, who'd been napping nearby, snorted and muttered, "What's all this nonsense?" But even he couldn't help twitching his tail to the rhythm of their laughter. From that day on, the sparkle pool became the meadow of friends. Every morning, Mito and Leela led the charge, their games joined by fawns, cubs, and even a curious zebra foal who loved to show off her stripes. The pride and the herd grew to trust each other, sharing the water hole and the shade of the acacias. Mito's heart no longer felt like a rain cloud, it soared like an eagle, full of warmth and joy. And so, in the golden savanna, where the sun always rose and the sparkle pool always shone, Mito learned a secret as old as the stars. Friendship doesn't care about claws or hooves, teeth or tails. It only asks for a kind heart and a brave step forward.